to the fourth stop of the Predator EuroTour. We're here in Slovenia for the Kamui Slovenian Open. Day 1, 8 ball is the game, playing race to 8. This is the winners round 2, and these players are trying to get into the winners qualification round. Boy, what a match we have here. We have Mika van BERKEL from the Netherlands, very good upcoming player, junior world champion, many medals, very dangerous player, against a man that needs little introduction, Mr. Albin Ocean. My name is Graham Hickman, and I am in the box with Pascal de Schmidt, my good friend. What about this match, Pascal? This is going to be very good.
Well, especially for us, well, you having lived in the Netherlands, knowing Mika also. Yeah, this is very special. One of the upcoming youth players from the Netherlands against, well, like you said, one of the all-time greats in pool. So, well, on paper this should be fireworks, but with 8 ball you never know, can get a little bit messy.
Yeah, already first break there, makes balls, but a little bit of a congestion in the middle of the table, and because we have solids and stripes causing a few problems there, it's not so straightforward, this, Pascal. This is a bit of a messy starting break. Probably,
Yeah,
you can open a few balls up with solids maybe, depending, but his first shot is not ideal. Could be forced into stripes maybe. What do you think?
yeah, the 9 is pretty tricky there. So, yeah, you know, with the 9 being away, it opens up for the 14, but nothing straightforward. Already a lot of work to be done. And, you know, sometimes that helps when it's your first rack. Go time, get you in the focus, like, you know, it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if he can he full ball Karam into the 5 ball here, Pascal, and leave the stripe in the top right corner where his shoulder is. I think that's an option, possibly.
Well,
No.
that would help. So it's also available in the side, I think. Kind of depends on how much faith he has in the bridge. Yeah, just looking at it, just roll it in.
Yeah, he's just got to drop this in. All about the pace. Yeah, I think that looks pretty okay. You can just probably run through from that angle. Looks really good. He's probably going to have to run past the 4 ball and the 2 ball. Try and take the cue ball to the left side of the table. Not sure if a stop shot will work. It's hard to tell. Probably the overhead. Yeah, he's probably going to have to run this forward. Don't know if he can get close to them. Yeah, you can just run past. Nicely done. Choice here. I think you can pot both balls. Right, he's going to play the 10. Just come 2 rails. Yeah, just center table here. Bring it back. Yeah, well, for all of a sudden the break looked really messy, but he did manage to take them out pretty well there for a one-rack lead. Yeah, nicely done. Not a straightforward one, but break and run nonetheless. And he will have another break, so players have 2 breaks. They will take 2 chances to break the balls. Whatever happens, then they switch to the other player, then they have 2 breaks, and so on and so on. We do have a shot clock in order. It's a 35-second shot clock with 1 25-second extension per player per rack. But after the break, they do have 60 seconds, a little bit longer, just to evaluate the table before the regular 35-second shot clock kicks in. So let's have a look. Albin's break. He's really trying to get these 2 balls, the 10 ball and the 1 ball, in the centre pockets. Let's have a look. Oh, we got the point on both of them. Dry break. I believe it's a dry break. Nothing in the wide open. Messy table. Not really much to go at for Mika here, Pascal. He might be forced into taking stripes because of where the cue ball is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. Is the 14? Does it go? But yeah, we will see how he feels in a bit. Mika very experienced already at this young age. He plays a lot, I can tell you that, and is really in love with the game. He plays everything from rotation, 9 ball, 10 ball, to 8 ball, straight pull, banks, 1 pocket. Just is your, well, your average pool hall junkie, you could say, only really, really good. So
yeah, super dangerous.
Yeah,
He's just such a confident player. Very, very confident. Great to watch.
but still, you have to favor the veteran here a little bit, at least.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier with Tim and myself, Pascal. I was just thinking, do you think maybe Albin is a little bit overdue? Maybe a EuroTour win. Fella was quite dominant in the first 2, and then Fortunski obviously winning the last one, so he's got to fancy his chances this time. Bit of an unexpected miss there. He's been fortunate. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. So hard, like with the age also. You see, still, like players nowadays, they take care of their bodies and, you know, stay fit, healthy. They can go on for a long time at a very high level.
Yeah, it's a bit of a roll.
Yeah.
That.
I think he's looking for that victory. So funny to see how much, you know, how much losses do you have to take, right? As a top player, maybe win, like how many titles do you win in a year? Like you have to not win a lot, you know, in pool. Even when you're
definitely.
as good as Albin.
Yeah, you definitely lose more than you win, that's for sure. This is a bit of it. Might have left him pretty straight. Oh, what a shot he's played here. Not ideal on the cue ball, but it was a very good shot nonetheless from where he was. Forced into it. Needs another one here though, Pascal. Tricky work here, but he's forced into going for it, I think.
Well, can he see enough? From this point of view, it kind of looks... Well, if he's shooting, then it goes.
Oh, great view there.
Well,
What a great
if
shot.
he lands on the 9, that would be a really good chance. He has at least has the real first option. But I think you can see the whole thing. Yeah, it's hard work. And then leave yourself for more hard work. So, yeah, the position he's looking at is very tough. Close to the real jack up. It's a tough one. Knowing missing is selling out big time. Wow. Great shot there by Mika. And he knew he was gonna land pretty close to the rail. Still, to get your first rack on the board, not an easy shot. Ah. Yeah, just, you know, those kind of shots, they can be a little bit funny, especially when you're not feeling it yet. So Albin is most likely gonna punish Mika hard here. Nice thing though, with the break format of 2 breaks each. Oh, after this one, even if Albin wins this rack, Mika can break 2 times, so gets a chance to get back at 2-2 if he makes 2 breaker runs, which he is very capable of. So Albin showing why they call him the smooth operator. Just gliding over the table. Well, that was very, very unexpected. Wow. You can't believe it, but you know, he stood up there for a moment, so he already felt something was off. Mika going up and down. How's the speed? Looks good. Struck it in a positive way. So 1 each, and it's Mika to break, so curious to see how his break will go. So for the people just tuning in, this EuroTour, we're playing 8-ball and we're playing with a tapped table, so no magic rack or template or wood rack. Little dents in the slate and a tight rack each time. Oh, I think speed was pretty nice, but couldn't control the cue ball. Still not settled in. So I think Albin is asking, can I hit the 2-ball or not? So even the pro players make use of the referee sometimes to check. Now some this tournament they watch the center of the ball. Sometimes they also, you know, then the ball can touch the line, then the line is kind of an invisible wall and the ball isn't allowed to touch the wall. But in this case the 2-ball was legal. So both players are, well, looking a little bit edgy or not settled in yet. Also the layouts won't help with that, Graham, but what do you think? How do you feel about this match? If any predictions maybe?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a nervy start from both players. I think that 3-ball is an interesting one here. I wonder if he's trying to go past it for the 7. Unless it does go past. Let's move around that a little bit. Wonder if he can just drop this in and use the 9 to maybe keep the cue ball around about the same place. He will have to make his way back up the table as well, so it's not so straightforward, this Pascal. But yeah, the last few times we've seen Albin seems to have been a little bit more, I don't know, not his usual self in the EuroTours more recently. So we'll be looking to go deep this one with a few players not here, Filler being one of them and a few others. But one thing's for sure, Mika will need to take his chances when they come, that is for certain.
Yeah, the scratch on the break didn't help.
Yeah, it's a big mistake, scratching on the break. Generally, at this level, because of the pace that the players are breaking, they don't generally go crazy power, so scratching is normally uncommon unless it does get kicked in or complete miss hit. So to scratch straight off the break is quite a big mistake. There's an interesting couple of balls here, Pascal, because the 8-ball is not ideal. I'd love to get that 6-ball out the way now, I think. Would you go 1-6 or 6-1 here?
Yeah, I think you can draw back with the 6, maybe. Oh, he went short side. Thought maybe draw into the side of the 15, just clip it to get a little bit straighter on the 1. But this is Definitely better. Can stun over for the 8 ball in the same pocket. Oh, went forward. Perfect. So Mika looking for that magical break. I think he just had a good speed and pop on the break. But well, no scratch this time. Sometimes you see players, you know, the last time he scratched in the right middle. Well, sometimes you adjust a little bit too much. Go to the other one. But he's going open bridge now. Wow. Good control over the cue ball. But dry.
Yeah, and I think he's got options here, Pascal. But I think either solids or stripes are fine.
Yeah, maybe like stripes a little bit better because of the 9 and the 2. So if you're solids, then the position on the 8 ball is gonna be a little bit tougher. 9 is pretty much in the way, and the 12 also. So have to play position somewhere in the middle of the table where he is right now. To play the 8 ball in the lower left. Or does it go in one of the sides, Graham? What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good call. I think if it does go in the side, that 10 ball could be a nice helping ball to ensure the 8 ball does go in the right side. There's an option there, and the left side also tight. There is some options. I think it just depends what path he feels is most logical.
Well, now I look at it, probably if he plays the 2 ball as a last ball, he can just go 2 reels, you know, and stay below the 9 ball. It's pretty big area where he's also okay, so I think that's his goal.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take the one probably now and come maybe 2 rails. He's probably trying to come back to take the 3 ball in the bottom left. Not sure he can hold it, so unless he's going to dead weight it, but probably 2 rails, I think. Pascal needs to go a little bit. He wanted to be straight on this, I think, so he could play the 2 ball in the bottom right and then maybe that 8 ball in the side off the 10. That was probably what he was thinking. There, you see it. But now he might have to go a different way, like you said. Drop the 3, maybe bring the cue ball similar place to where it is now.
Yeah,
Play
or
the 2 ball
just close to the long rail, the lower part of the long rail. If you can leave it somewhere, you know, and play in between the 9 and 12.
Yeah, he's going to find the gap. That's what he's trying. How's the pace?
Needs to stop.
Pretty good.
It's perfect. Well, who are we, Graham, to doubt the smooth operator?
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I don't think Mika has a nickname yet, right? I mean, we could start a a thing here.
Yeah, I don't know. He's obviously a fellow Dutchman. Have you not ever heard of any insights of a nickname for Mika? There must be some. Anybody in the chat who knows Mika? Any Dutch players out there? He must have a nickname. Somebody must have gave him one.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe if it's one of his friends, then. But we'll see. Just let us know, people.
So let's see, Albin trying to extend his lead. He has 2 breaks now. So I did notice in previous, when we had the 8-ball event last time, Albin likes to put a little bit of juice on his break. Seemed to have took a little bit of pace off the last time. Let's see. Yeah, he's took a lot of pace off, but that... Oh, those balls go straight in the side. Very well executed. However, I do think he's hitting it a little bit softer, Pascal. He's trying to guarantee the balls, but the last few breaks we've seen that way have created a little bit of cluster, a few little complications. He's got another challenge again here. What do you think, Pascal? I mean, solids and stripes both have problems on both ways.
Yeah, I think I like solids. You know, the middle and the 3 is still okay. 3 is a nice last ball. So if whoa, look out, cue ball. Wow,
oh man,
that was an
can't believe
unfortunate
it.
kiss.
What a chance. Albin likes to show his emotions.
Our
Open table, he's
colleague-
asking.
Sorry. Our colleague George is in the chat. Said Mika is the Iceman from Finland. Well, yeah, that's another Mika, of course. Maybe we could, you know, come up with a nickname with the referring to Mika Immonen.
This is a great chance now. Not only has Albin scratched in the side, but because it's after the break, oh, he's covered the pocket. That's a very poor shot, that Pascal, from ball in hand. He's made a mistake there. He didn't want to connect with the 10 ball. He's now blocked the pocket. So I was just about to say, having ball in hand after the break is such a bonus, because you can obviously put the cue ball anywhere and try to take away those problems instantly. But he's made a mistake there, and this 5 doesn't go anywhere. Maybe, Pascal, it's a problem now. This maybe the center somewhere, but
yeah, just only one of the centers, but that's gonna be very touchy. And he has to go, you know, after that he has to go for position to the 3, so nothing guaranteed. He can try to get on the left side of the 5, go in the middle or in the corner. That's the only thing he can do, actually. Try and hope he has an angle to get shape on the 3 ball. I think couldn't be any better. Well, couldn't hope for anything better than this, I think. He's not hampered. Can he go to past the side pocket here, Graham?
yeah, I don't know. He might have to stun it. Oh, he's topping it, so maybe he can go past. Yeah, he forced it a little bit. How's the pace? It's a bit pacey. Might have to take this in the bottom corner, Pascal. Don't know what angle he's got, but it's a tester, I can tell you that much.
Oh, he pulls a face like it's a tester.
Oh, it's a tester with good angle though. Concentrate on the pot. Yeah, nice.
It's a good confidence booster.
Yeah, it was a good finish, that, Pascal, from the mistake he made ball in hand. He done well to kind of get himself out of trouble there. Could have been 4-1, but it's now 3-2. Albin has another break. Maybe looking to try and extend that to 4-2 if possible.
So what about the arena, Graham? I mean, I really like the thing they do with, you know, with the kind of star, the sky, the night sky. Looks so good with the lights, of course. The Predator lights.
Nice. I think we're becoming accustomed to great setups and great events. This is the 4th Predator event, and each time it's been very nice. Players have getting treated very well, but yeah, just on that break there, he hasn't made the ball that he wanted. It went a bit high, but he did hit them maybe a little bit harder, and now it's a bit more of a wide open table, so big chance for Mika. Yeah, this spread is a lot more favourable. Yeah, I don't see any major problems at first glance. He might want, if he wants to go stripes, they maybe have a few little complications, but he could take the one below the 8 ball if he wanted to remove that straight away, or he goes solids. They all connect quite okay, Pascal, here. I don't see any major dramas. Personal preference maybe.
Yeah, maybe the only thing with stripes is that all the solids in the middle of the table kinda could be a little bit blockers when you're gonna cross from the lower stripe balls to the upper balls. You know, with the 10 you have to be pretty precise with your position, but being straight on the 10, well, if you get there then you're pretty much over the line.
Yeah, that's why I liked, if he was going to take the stripes, taking that one below the 8 ball was definitely favourable, because he has a good connection here now to clear the table, and then sending the cue ball up table. He does have a few options. He's got options in the top right. He has that 10 ball over the side as a little bit of a also security, so he's still got a bit of traffic to get round though, Pascal. He's got to make sure he plays into space here.
Yeah, it's a bit of the key shot here. So he's pretty okay, but you know what? The 10 is a little bit funny. It lays there a little bit funny. I maybe would like to draw into the 7 or next to the 7 to play the 10 right away. Because, you know, the 5 is in a little bit of a, you know, funny spot, and yeah, he's looking. It's not super straightforward. Very doable, yes, but have to watch out.
Yeah, I think this 8 ball, he's probably going to maybe play a little bit of a draw shot here, Pascal, and maybe play the 10 ball off one rail, down the short rail, and play the 8 in the right hand side pocket. That would be probably the safest option because of the space in the table. What do you think? Just stop this and play a bit, or maybe draw a little bit? Just one cushion. Safe option maybe.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it's definitely the least risk.
Yeah, I like that option. Not flirting with any crazy danger. He would have been very unfortunate to make a mistake there, I think. But a great... Yeah, he's punished Albin 2 times in a row there, Pascal. One for the scratch, and then a dry break, just what the doctor ordered, and now we have 2 breaks from Mika, and he'd be looking to take advantage. And boy, if he can get a couple of good breaks here, we could have a big swing already in this match from 3-1 down.
Well, potentially going. Well, it's 3-3 now, right? They still haven't.
Yes.
Yeah, so could go up 5-3. Well, that would be a message for Albin. And to be, to be fair, I feel being on 3-3 with the start Mika had, he should feel pretty good right now. He had a pretty bad start, yet he's here 3-all and breaking the next 2. You see, a high bridge going for the pop, got it. So made a ball, and how are those 2 stripes in the top left corner? I think they lay perfect, so you can choose, but the 3 being where it is, or maybe not the 3, the 12 being in the way. I would like to go for stripes if the combination is on, Graham.
Yeah, I think so. If he can get the 12 in the corner, he may even take a chance and try to draw around 2 rails, Pascal, for the 9. Take these 2 problem balls at the bottom of the table. Just get rid of them straight away. It's a delicate shot, but there's definitely value.
Yeah, big reward.
How's the pace? Needs to go. It was a bit tricky, those ones on the
make
Pascal.
it. Sorry, Graham.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky trying to drag those in off a couple of rails, but like you say, you can make it, and because that combination in the top left corner is pretty much guaranteed from anywhere, you can just focus on the pot. He's missed it by a mile. 2 ball to the rescue, maybe Pascal here. Albin's going to have to pull something out. Don't think it goes in the top right corner. He's looking closely. What do you think?
I think it just goes, and you know what? The 4 or the 7 from this position gives him a very, very good chance to get really close. If it goes, he can get really close now. And if it doesn't, well, which ball are you gonna choose to move it? Maybe he could try with the 4, being a little bit, kinda a little bit higher from where the cue ball is now, and go with topspin to try to just nick the 2 ball, or go to the short reel and then hit it, but definitely not easy.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, because if it doesn't go, you're right, he's going to have to make an option of, do I try to move it, or do I just try to get somewhere close to it so I can pot it in the left side pocket, or maybe even the bottom left pocket, because the 8 ball is not in a bad place if you can get on that too. And if it does just squeeze past into the top right corner, he might just be able to drop it in and hold. So what he might be playing here is a stop shot on the 3, Pascal, just to leave a nice angle and go up above it or behind it somewhere. Could be an option.
Yeah, I like that. It's so far away from all the rails that, and from all the balls, that maybe, a tough pot is less risk than going into it, unless, of course, He has a clear shot on the 2.
Yeah, but I think, judging by the way he's taken these last few balls out, he's already made his decision. He's not going to move it. It looks like he might think it goes then. He's looking at it very carefully. God, that looks really tight.
Wow, that's, I mean, maybe it goes, but otherwise the bank shot is maybe like, maybe the bank shot is even easier. Wow, he's going for it.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Loads of space. We built that up so much, Pascal. It was that tight, and even Albin looked at it 3 or 4 times, but it absolutely flew in. So no dramas. And yeah, Mika. To be honest, that was a bit of a missed opportunity for Mika there. He had a great chance from the break, just under hit that positional shot, and missed that 9-ball by, well, for his standards, quite some way. And Albin squeezes one back in front, which is just what he needs on the break of Mika.
both players not settled yet. You know, that's with 8-ball, it's sometimes you have to, I feel with 8-ball you need to shift gears more often than with rotation with 9-ball or 10-ball. So, how about that for a break, Graham?
That's what you call parking the bus. Fantastic cue ball, I have to say, but what do you think of this table straight away, Pascal? Again, clusters everywhere, all kind of problems. Stripes are maybe jumping out at me a little bit more, but just because the 13 might go in the top right. What do you think?
I think I'm not totally sure. I think both are, you know, doable. But, you know, I think that's the most positive word I can think of for this layout.
Yeah.
I think when you go for the stripes, you can have the 9 like hit a stop shot on the 14 and go up with the 9.
That's pretty good. Big question for me here would be, does the 8-ball go in the bottom right corner? I don't think it goes in the left, so that's what he's looking at, I think. If it does go in the bottom right, then he's got a good chance from here. He's played a pretty good shot there, I think. So all about, I mean, he could even leave a little bit of an angle to push the 8-ball out.
Yeah, I like that. Don't know if he did it, but or does it pass? Can you play it in between the 7 and the 3? The 8-ball? In the lower right?
Yeah, I
maybe
think so.
Goes.
Yeah, I think it definitely does, because if it didn't go, I'm almost certain if he could have left a bit of an angle there, he probably would have chosen to do that, just to push the 8-ball more into open play. But this is a tricky one now. He's going to have to get good position here on his last 2 balls. I don't know how he's going to get down table here, because he's going to probably have to play a little bit of a maybe stun run through or stop shot and try to draw something. It's not ideal, this, Pascal.
Not really sure how it's gonna pull this off, because the 1 is pretty much in the way for the 2-rail position. Well, maybe there's a way around, or you know, a way to just miss the one ball, or he has to really get into the cue ball, play it with a lot of spin.
Yeah, good call. But you can definitely go up. Just depends if he avoids the traffic coming down, or he can play a draw. But it looks like he's playing up and down, so he needs to avoid some traffic here. As long as he can get on the left side of the table, kind of below the 2 or to the left of the 2, he should have a shot on this 8 ball. Wow, what a bounce he got there. I think he just was so conscious of coming down table, he put a bit of juice on it maybe. I know the humidity here is quite warm as well, so tables are playing quite fast, so players need to adjust a little bit. But he had a similar cutback on the 9 just a little while ago, which he missed. Similar shot. See if he adjusts here, Pascal.
Well, cue ball on the rail. And played it as if this one was easier than the 9. Well, pretty sure it was the other way around, but
yeah, I think on that shot though, he knew all he had to do was pot the 8 and there was no fear of a scratch. So pretty good shot there on the 8. Good clearance, tricky. We're locked in at 4-4 here, so yeah, who's going to get the advantage?
so now it's kind of like a race till 4, like they had some playing time and decided, you know what, we'll make it a race till 4. You start, Albin, because you know you're the older guy.
See if Albin can make something happen. Well, he's changed his break completely. He's gone for all out attack, and I don't think he's happy with that at all. He went for so much more power, tried to make something happen, and bit of a surprise he got a dry break there because it looked like something was going to go. However, there's a bit of a mess at the top of the table. A few balls are blocking each other, stripes and solids. I'm not sure if solids could be the option. Depends. You have a proper look at the table, I think. Depends on that 2 ball. Don't think it goes past Pascal, so
Almost looks as if as if Albin was breaking from the other side of the table. Everything is on in the kitchen.
Yeah, missed that though. Oh, Mika. I think he was forced into taking stripes there because of the 2 ball, but it looked like the 2 ball might have went, you know. A bit of a reprieve there. Albin, I don't think, expected to come back to the table so soon. And Mika has kind of opened the balls up a little bit more as well, so definitely be taking stripes here. What a gift.
And also pretty funny to see that even top players like Albin, you know, with changing conditions, can struggle with the break after so many hours of practice. Wow. Is it gonna take another ball because he can't reach?
Yeah, a bit of a stretch there, but
Graham, big gift.
yeah, let's connect the dots from here really. Even though the balls were over the pocket at the beginning, now we've removed them. It's really just connecting from there, get this one from the middle out the way. He overran that a little bit though, I think. It's not ideal. He would have loved to have been going down table, but I think he might be going up a little bit, so he might have a bit of a longer shot here. We'll be able to see in a moment from the full table view. Yeah, he had a bit more angle. Where's the cue ball going to go? It's also not ideal, Pascal. He's in a funny spot here because he can't really do much with the stripe on the rail other than really go forward. Or, well, he could probably come back a little bit, but I don't know if the 10 goes in the top left.
Well, I think he can draw this a little bit back and roll in the 10 to leave a cut on the 11 and maybe go up and down to the short rail to play position for the 8 ball. Or when he feels like it, he can jack up and try to get a little bit straight-ish on the 11 with the risk of snookering himself behind the 1.
Wow.
Or miss the whole thing.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I mean, he had to play the 10 in the bottom left there, but I mean, he's missed that by a country mile. I think it was all brought on because of the missed position on the one that he played in the side a few shots back. Just created a little bit of more distance for the cue ball to travel, and then he didn't land where he wanted. So now, you just mentioned a gift from Mika, and that's an even bigger one from Albin, really, with an open table.
Yeah, Mika could really hurt him here. Because you know what, Graham, I feel like players like Albin, you know, sometimes they play like this, you know, sometimes they just not in the moment or whatever, they miss a few easy ones. But you know, top players like him, they're not gonna do that for a long time. So when they're in that moment, then you should really punish him. Try to, you know, make him doubt himself a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, true. But one thing is important to add to that as well, Pascal. When Albin does have, if you can say, an off game, or maybe he's a little bit not at full performance level, you have to take advantage of those moments like this where he has a bit of a gift from Albin. He's got to really capitalize, because Albin doesn't give you that many.
So does the 5, or is it the 5 or the 4? Sorry. The 4.
Yeah, the 4.
Does it go into the side?
Yeah, it's tight, but I don't think you would risk it unless it was pretty straightforward. You can easily play this in the bottom corner. There you go, you have plenty of space, so just play off the short rail, come back down for the 8 ball in the same pocket. Albin looking at the sky thinking, what is going on here? He's none of the races completely, but he will have another break. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Albin here, Pascal, give this again another big whack, because it's not working. So he's trying to get something a bit more fortunate off the break due to power instead of precision, I think.
Yeah, it's maybe also nice to, you know, get some frustration out. That's I feel also a difficult part about pool, being a precision game. Like with football or tennis or baseball, you know, you can just let it out, all the, you know, frustration or whatever emotions you have, but with pool you have to keep it in. So, and then the break maybe is the only moment that you can really kind of let something out.
Yeah, very true. Let's see. I do expect a big break here. Power. Leg in the air. Full beans. Bang. Gets a one in the side. Gets another one in the top maybe. Nope. Bottom corner. Nice break. Straight away you can see there's a solid on the right side of the table there, just below the cue ball. And there's a little bit of a congestion in the bottom on the stripes, but I think he's probably going to have to go stripes here, Pascal, and figure out this little puzzle down the bottom on his way. Calling the combo.
Yeah, because of the 6 being blocked, you have to go stripes here, I feel. So maybe the 10 does go. That would be a big help.
Yeah, I think it
just
does.
Goes.
He might even give it a chance now. Could go down for it if he wanted to take a chance. Try and drift the cue ball down for that 10. Depends how aggressive he wants to be. He'd love to clear the pocket first. Yeah, I was just going to say clear this pocket first for his other stripe to go in later. So he's going to play a two-way shot. Get rid of them straight away. We might have a nice angle to come down here for this 10. If he chooses to play now. If he does overscrew it, maybe he could also have the other stripe just below at the 14. If he goes a little bit too far, Pascal, you might have that as a second option.
No, that's a good call as a backup. Not bad.
He's on both. Good shot. One of them definitely goes because he's on both of them, so he can choose.
Just a stop shot. Go long rail, long rail.
It's a little bit thinner. Play this with a bit of left-hand spin. So much space down this right-hand side of the table. There's no way he was going to not be on the black. Another frame that he desperately needed. And we're now down to a race to 3. Has this got signs of going all the way? Don't know, what do you think, Pascal? It's looking that way, isn't it?
Well, yeah, if they keep this up, it's pretty exciting because you don't really know what's gonna happen. Like, both players are showing some signs of, you know, not feeling the table or maybe a little bit of nerves. But on the other hand, they also look pretty good. They're not playing bad. So yeah, would like to transition now from where it was a little bit scrappy to some run out pool here. And then let it go all the way. If you ask me, leg in the air.
This is what I like about the break format, Pascal. Because Mika has 2 breaks now, it's really important that he tries to win both of them. Because if he doesn't, and somehow they get split, it means that Albin could potentially win the match on his own break with Mika not even getting back to the table. So he would love to win both of them and then put the pressure on Albin big time. This 2-break format makes it really exciting when you come to this part of the match.
Well,
oh my goodness me. That's
yeah,
probably...
he doesn't know what's happening. And to be
talk
honest,
about... Sorry,
I don't know
Pascal.
what's happening.
Yeah, you talk about misses, they don't come. Yeah, in terms of Mika's level, that was a big mistake. He had such... Playing it down the rail as well, Pascal, you have so much room for error. You have to hit that really bad to not go in. And he was probably just trying to hold for that 10 ball, I think. He's maybe just trying to bite off a little bit more than he really could have. Obviously now, what a chance for Albin.
That's also not good, yeah. You can see the frustration. He's on nothing. Oh, at least nothing nice, nothing he would have liked.
Just have to drop this in, I think. Take what the table gives you. Try and play this one on the side. Oh, he's fired it. Wow. This is incredible.
It's exciting in another type of way that we used to from Albin.
Just wants to be an entertainer, make this match as exciting as possible. I'm sure deep down he's not enjoying it that much. But as we know, even when Albin plays his B game or C game, whichever level you want to call it, he's still so hard to beat. He just seems to find a way to hang in, knowing that at some point he's going to find a gear. So difficult to beat. Oh, he's got a nice gap here, Pascal. Look at this. Just going to play a little stun shot here, I think. Use the solid just above it to hold the cue ball. Doesn't want to push it on top of the 8. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, hit that nice. Just played it in the right side of the pocket to hit it a little bit fuller. It's good to draw on.
Yeah, surprised he came down table for the centre there, but thought he could have just played it off one cushion and played the 8 in the bottom corner, but doesn't matter. And now that he has that one rack, Pascal, it's what I said earlier. He knows that he's guaranteed 2 chances, at least 2 breaks, to either get on the hill or have a chance to win the match without Mika even having a shot. So now this rack becomes even bigger for Mika.
Yeah, it's so funny because like in the earlier matches I saw a lot of open tables, and now we've already seen so many scrappy layouts. Again, missing the 2 balls in the side pocket.
Yeah, what a time for a dry break as well. The balls aren't wide open, Pascal. Very far from it. There's a lot of problems here. Down the table, you have a solid and a stripe together with the 8 ball. You have some problems up table. Yeah, these are funny racks, aren't they, Pascal? Because you kind of feel like you want to go for it, but is the value in really trying to push the boat out? Sometimes it's better to play a safety shot over risking it. You know what? Yeah, what do you do in these situations? If it's
You know what?
too
I
tricky.
like playing the 10. Making the 10 and getting any kind of shape maybe on the next one gives you a really decent chance, because for stripes the 10 is the big problem ball. Of course it's still not easy after that, but yeah, but besides that, if that doesn't go, then I totally agree with you. Sometimes just, you know, leave it somewhere scrappy and give it back to your opponent, like, here, you try. Oh,
Yeah, that's a
but
good
then is
call.
the 5 blocking the 9? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's worked out nice. Good call, Pascal. I think it was worth the risk. He did play a little bit of luck, hoping to be on something and try and get a bit of shape. Hasn't worked out too bad though, has it? Because he has a chance on this 11 ball and 1 or 2 good shots here, and he could be on the hill.
And all of a sudden, this is becoming a pretty good chance. A little bit of difficulty with the 9, or at least, you know, in what order do you make the last 3 balls, Graham?
Yeah, I think if he can roll this forward a little bit and then play that stripe just above the black next, and then the 9 ball, he could play the 12 in the top right corner and have a nice position to get on the 8, if you know what I mean.
How about getting straight on the 12? Roll the 12 in, play the 15 in the middle, then play 9-8.
Yeah,
and then the
also
8
an option.
in the side maybe.
Yeah,
Think
had a
that's
good
the
camera view
least.
there. I didn't realize the 15 was as low down as it was, but that camera angle, shaking his head, but he looks okay. He can just roll it forward like you said. 15 in the side, 9 in the bottom right, and he's got an option for the 10. Oh, is he going to hit that a little bit? Might be. Not sure if he can hold the 9, hold the cue ball for pretty straight on the 9. Yeah, I don't think he can hold this, Pascal. He might have to leave a lower angle on the 9.
Yeah, go into the 8 a little bit. But so close to the 8 ball, should be okay. Don't think there's a risk of snookering yourself behind the 7. Just don't hit it too hard.
Yeah, but this angle looks pretty good. The 7 is also lower than the 8, so full ball kiss on the 8 ball, he should be fine. Yeah, I think if he snookered himself, he would have been so unfortunate there. He would have had to be touching ball. It's very close, my goodness.
Whoa, you said it. You said
Wow.
it. But it was really close. Yeah.
But yeah, so all of a sudden that's turned into a little bit of a A bit of a nightmare there for Mika. He didn't really have two of the best breaking innings, if you could say. And now Albin basically has two chances on his break to win this match. And you just know, Pascal, Albin hasn't really had a break at all this match, I don't think. Nothing of any kind of ease or straightforward. You just know he's going to hit a worldie. Put 3 balls, roadmap. That's my prediction.
Wow. These world class players have these tendencies to play their best game when it matters most. There you have some insight in the mind of Albin, spotting that those 2 stripes needed to be switched out for a really good spread.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting match, Pascal, because I don't think both players haven't really played, well, definitely not to their highest potential. I think Mika will be very disappointed. He's had lots of chances in this match, and in fairness, he probably should be the other way around, 7-5. Somehow Albin is 7-5, and I'm just expecting a worldie break here.
Well,
got one in the top.
The 7 wanted to go in.
That's not bad though. First glance. Solid. That 1 ball is probably the challenge, Pascal, here, but other than that, if he can somehow maneuver that one as soon as possible, it's a good chance from here.
Yeah, it is. Question for me is, does the 3 ball pass the 11 on the bottom? That would make his life easier.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Even if it doesn't, he's got a couple of options. He's going to take the 1 straight away, which is a smart move.
Feel like Albin, when it's this important phase of the match, feel like he isn't gonna miss.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be pretty straight on that 2 ball, so maybe he could roll forward, possibly play that 3 along the bottom. But he's still not in a terrible spot. Just needs to maybe change his plan a little bit. Looks like he can still get down table, but no, he's trying to play something else. This makes it a little bit more tricky. Wonder if he'll come to the left side of the table, maybe. Yeah, there's a cue ball. How's the pace? It's not that good, Pascal. He's putting himself into more trouble, I think, here.
Looks a little bit funny with the ball so close to the side, to the point.
Can he go above the 2? Above the 2 and get on the green 6 and the 3 that way? Go straight across table? No, he's got the point. Yeah, he caught the point. You called it. He's thinking, what am I doing? How am I putting myself in this position? He's having an absolute nightmare.
So, although the pocket is blocked, I think Mika could do it without that pocket. bit of one pocket.
Yeah, he's in good shape here though. Nicely played. Lovely angle just to pull it back just a little bit. Or stun it ever so slightly just to... I'm surprised he drew it, Pascal. Do you think he needed to do that? Thought he could have just...
I think he wanted to make sure he got an angle, like a good angle to go up. Maybe he was afraid to get a little bit straightish on the 11.
So it's all about position. And he's probably last ball for sure to get a good angle to come down for this 8. I think the 10 and the 9, well the 10 goes past the 9 I think into the left side, so just needs to have the right angle here. He's going into the 10. How close is he going to be?
Wow. This shouldn't be a problem, Graham, but you know, the tension is there, the moment is there, and the side pockets aren't that easy.
Yeah, but he's played that clever. I think as long as he got the cue ball above the line, I think he knew that he'd have a little bit of angle, and it's all about pace here, because that 2 ball does come into play a little bit if he chooses to go down below the 2. Which he's... oh wow, what's he played there, Pascal?
Oh.
Goodness me. That was always going to be a challenge if he chose to go below it. I think he tried to stay above it, you know. I don't think he went to go below. Oh my god. Albin is thinking, wow, that was basically match ball. What a jump shot. Incredible shot.
Wow, that's something special. 7-6. Wow.
Looks like Mika and Albin have just taken a short time out, getting to the business end of this match right here. We will take a short break as well, and we'll be back when Mika joins us for the last couple of racks. Don't go anywhere. Exciting stuff. So welcome back. Here we go. Albin's second chance. His final break of this match. And boy, does he want to make it count. Otherwise, it's all down to Mika to have a chance to win the match. Gets one in the side, one in the top. First glance. Yeah, maybe doesn't have an easy opener, I think. Not sure what you see, Pascal, but need to have a proper look again.
Yeah, it's the Albin's face. He's like, yeah, you know, it's open. I made 2 balls. That's good. I have a shot. That's good. But how do I run out from here? It's not easy. You know what? Getting straight on the 12 or straightish on the 10 would be good. So if he could go somewhere to the middle of the table, missing the 6 would be nice.
He's caught the 6. He's landed a little bit in no man's land. I wonder if he can play the stripe he's closest to now and then try to get a better angle. It's not actually too bad. It's just a little bit closer than where he wanted to. I think your shot is the one he wants to try to get on. Just straight on the 10 would be fine. This is game over for me, Pascal. From here it's dot to dot. Roll that 10 ball through. 12 in the side. Stripe down the rail.
Yeah, you know,
Game over.
the only thing, if there would be something that would go wrong, could go wrong, it would be having a little bit of an angle on the 12. Angle towards the 6 and the 8 maybe, or too much of an angle into the 5. Anything which is straight enough to miss all these balls. It's game over for Mika.
Yeah, it was perfect. Just drag this in. Just kill it with speed. Dead weight. Yeah, maybe missed opportunity for Mika, I think.
Production also thought it was gonna be over. And
Well, it is over now. And there you have it. Albin somehow wins 8-6. I think